Welcome back to another episode of Nasty Addiction Garage, guys. And as you guys can see, I am rocking the 3.5 Nasty Addiction 2GR tee. If you guys like the way it looks, it feels great. It's just an overall good tee. Out our Nasty Addiction Garage LLC.com. We have these guys in stock currently, very limited supply, but make sure you pick up yours today, guys. But jumping into today's episode, we're going to do a lot of talking about George's 3S GTE build. If I do recover those will be on my members only page. Want to be members, just go through the prompts on YouTube. We have different member tiers. I think the lowest tier is $3. I think the highest tier is $10. And they all vary in different things and what you can see and what you can't see. George's build. This has been probably one of the most intricate builds I've done recently. And it's just fun to go over what we've done so far.
All right, everybody, welcome to this episode. So we're going to start off with the front end. We did quite a few different things with the front end. George did get his rims repowder coated at Crown Customs. I did install a new radiator. The other radiator was way bad. This one has new fans. It looks pretty good, actually, in my opinion. Down to the subframe, we have the new E153 transmission mount. We also have the RCAs installed with new ball joints, both front and rear. We did install the 95 4Runner master brake cylinder that fits perfectly on the SW20. Kind of helps with the braking power. We also included the clutch master. Remember, this car was an automatic. Now it is a manual. I'm pretty proud of that because it's going to be a fun car to drive, especially now with the new swap. Moving on to the interior, we did have to change out the lower door card. It was ripped up there in that section, but George did find a nice specimen to replace it with. So here goes all the pedals, guys. We had to change out the pedals as well. Remember, this was an automatic car. Now it is a manual, as you can see. I know that pin is missing there. I already replaced it. This is just a video that was taken from my stock of videos that I have, just to show what the work was that we did. So the interior, so what we did with the instrument panel, we just got this carbon fiber overlay. So right underneath there, it shows the park and stuff. This is a real cool, neat gadget to help keep the power steering or the cruise control. That's going to be pretty cool. This is super class short shifter. Love their products. And these are the TRD door strikers. I love these things because they make your car door sound so fresh, like a fresh lock, fresh open. And they're meant to help stabilize the door from any flexing. So I'm going to invest in some of these. I really like them. I think George did pretty good by getting them because I think they will work. For sure, they will work, in my opinion. Moving on to the interior, this was broken. It was locked in place, so I did help George out and fixed it up, just so then we can make sure he is safe with his seatbelt. Now that is adjustable, so then it's not choking him. So at least that is one of these little fixes that that not everybody does, but I was more than happy to fix it, just so then we can make sure that he is okay. All right, we have the Slave with the single port from TCS with the clutch line. Love their products for sure, definitely using them. We have here the E351. This transmission here, we have the lower E153 transmission, lower base plate. For the motor mount, we have the E153 motor mount as well. We definitely really enjoyed this build with this transmission. I'll tell you, this is going to be a very popular transmission because we can't get the E351 or the E153s anymore. So that's the motor mount for the Narrow E from Frankenstein Motorworks. That is the E153 carrier bearing. Moving on to the engine bay, as you see, we did get a lot of stuff powder coated. Everything looks really fresh and ready here. I've been super excited with this engine bay, just because it does look fresh. It does remind me of the initial red 92 that I did. I think it was a 91. But those are some fresh shifting cables. He was going to need them because remember, this was an automatic. We have some TCS radiator hoses. We have a clutch line from TCS as well, straight all the way to the front. So I liked using that one. Fresh hardware throughout the engine bay, just because, you know, using some rusty old hardware with new stuff just doesn't float my boat. We have the intercooler. The intercooler is all set up with the cruise control. Cruise control came out pretty good. This is my first time really dealing with cruise control on a swap. Nobody really uses it. George is going to use it as a daily driver, so I think it's going to work well. Fresh intercooler fan. These are just some things that still needed to be installed at this time of this video. The MSD, it is now installed already. These are just the support bars for the engine bay, the lower part of the engine bay. We have some 6AN push fittings. We have the oil filter. We have the other intercooler pipes. But looking good so far, guys. As you guys can see, everything is looking good. George's car is up in the air. The motor is mounted to the transmission, so it's looking fresh and ready. At this moment in time that this video is taken, we were really ready to install that motor right then and there, but we were missing some parts for the transmission, so we didn't. Mud flaps came out perfect. SEM trim paint, phenomenal work. Look at that. We did sand it. I did do 300 grit, 600 grit, and then 800 grit, and then 1000, and it all came down very nice and flat. But the SEM paint, that trim paint, came out perfect. I mean, it lays phenomenal. I hope you guys really enjoyed this little update video. My apologies, I just lost a whole bunch of content, so this was going to be the only way that I can update you guys with all the footage and all the things that we did. So until next time, guys, take care of yourselves and each other.